She had a couple of friends with her. I'm not sure if they're friends that she had just met here locally, or someone that she brought in with her. But she was with a couple of other people. The detectives have that information. I'm not totally aware of what their past relationship.
Do you believe she was trying to go to Mexico or just stay here?
It'd be hard for me to say. We're a tourist town. A lot of people come here. Just because we're close to Mexico, it may or may not have a factor. I don't know at this point. We're not questioning her right now because we're waiting for the other counterparts to come into town, and then that's when they'll formulate a unified plan for how they're going to go about with the investigation and move forward, and then we'll know more then.
Any reaction from the officers, fear that she might have done these killings maybe locally and try to get the identity of maybe one of your own residents?
It's hard for us to speculate anything at this time and point. All we know is she was here and we got the tip, and fortunately there was no further incident when we conducted the arrest, and we're fortunate for that, and we're just happy that we're able to put an end to the spree that was occurring.
Are those friends going to be questioned?
In every investigation, we always do a thorough investigation, so they'll be, we'll be getting statements and following up.
Were those friends South Padre Island residents?
No, I don't think so.
Was she a winter Texan?
Well, she wasn't from here, so it's not exactly winter, but it's hard to say. But we still have winter Texans from the winter time that have a longer stay. So whether she was blending in with them or whether she had other interest on the island, we don't know any of that yet.
Has she made contact with her family?
You mean have we given her phone calls?
Right.
I don't know what the detectives have done in that aspect.
Chief, you said the first restaurant. What was the name of the first restaurant that she went into?
Daddy's.
And you said that there was an individual, a citizen that saw her there?
I think it was an employee. That's the information I was
So what do
given.
you say to a citizen like that has the courage to step out and to basically look at someone like that and say, I think that's her?
Well, we always are happy. I mean, the BOLO alerts and all the broadcasts are out there to try and encourage interest in the community, and this is exactly the way that a lot of crimes are solved, and it pays off. But you're right, there's a lot of people that might think it and not call. We always, we probably answer hundreds of tips that don't pan out to the ones that do, but we really need those calls, and we appreciate it, and this is a perfect example of how successful it can be.
And when your officers approached her, I mean, what did she do? Did she resist, or what did she actually do?
No, in my brief conversation with the officers, she didn't resist. I think she just kind of built up a resilience, maybe where she thought herself that she may not get caught or whatever, so she seemed to have let her guard down a little bit, which the officers were able to take advantage of that. The two initial officers, one being a deputy U.S. Marshal and one on the task force, they were in plain clothes while the uniform officers were outside, so she wasn't overly alerted to the whole situation. I think by the time she realized what was going on, I believe it was out of her control even at that point.
But she must have known something was up when they said, you step outside.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were to just try and draw a footprint of the area, she was really near the door too, where she was sitting, so it made it a little bit easier she wasn't deep inside. That helped us out.
Did she have any weapons on her?
She did not have any weapons on her. We do have a car to process yet. It's been secured and waiting for a forensic process, and that's a lot of steps to that, so we're not sure what all we'll find.
I know that restaurant does serve alcohol. Was she drinking?
I don't know the answer to that.
Chief, are you able to share the 911 call?
So as soon as the other counterparts from the two other states get here and we formulate the unified investigation plan, then we'll be ready to try and meet the needs of all the media based on some of their input also.
Okay. And did she indicate where she might have been going?
We haven't questioned her at all.
Okay.
So literally, if we started questioning her now, then we're starting official interviews, and we're not doing that yet.
And there was no gambling at either of those locations, or was there, is there gambling?
We don't have gambling on the island, period, so.
Did she have any cash, maybe large amounts of cash that insinuated she might be leaving?
I don't have information on that. I didn't ask about the cash amounts.
And is there any reward money for this?
Well, it's going to depend on those other states and what they came up with, so we'll see how that pans out. A lot of times for local rewards, there's a process, and I'm not sure what process the tipster went through initially.
You said the officers were in regular clothes. Were they undercover?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have an idea of when the other law enforcement will be coming from Florida and Minnesota, or when you're going to talk?
We think that we'll be meeting with them this evening sometime.
Okay. When do you think she will be questioned?
That's going to be hard for me to say. I don't really know. But what we'll do is, as soon as we know more information, we'll be happy to pass it on.
Why were the officers undercover? Did they maybe have a feeling she was going to be there, or they're just always undercover?
Those, in the style and manner that they operate for these type of operations, they would be undercover. And it's always easier to gain information. As I said a minute ago, we probably get hundreds of tips to every arrest that comes out from an eyewitness, and so it's best for us to go in and analyze it, and we get a better analyzation to validate a situation if we're undercover.
And Chief, the initial tipster, was that a restaurant employee, a manager? Person, or
basically, I've given you all the information I know about the tipster right now. I don't know their name. It's in our report, and even if I had, I wouldn't want to really release it yet till our other counterparts get here. But I've given you as much information on the tipster as I know.
And I'm just curious. I know in her mugshot, she seemed almost smug. Did she say anything when she was getting?
No. What I understand is she remained very silent.
Is she being held with other inmates as well, or is it just her?
If there's any other people down there, she's isolated into a cell of her own.
Just to confirm, she was arrested at Sea Ranch, right?
Yes.
Thank you. For your
Okay.
time.
We'll let y'all know if we get any further developments. Thank you.